Hey everyone, it's Catherine, and today I'm covering something a lot of you had tons of questions about. My college move-in day got a lot of comments commenting on the fact that they saw a trumpet, and then I also talked about being moved in early because I had marching band camp, and a lot of you literally said that you subscribed to me just because of that. So, and a lot of you commented and wanted to know more about my experience with marching band. So that is what this video is. I recognize there are probably about 3 camps of you watching this video. First of all, you could have clicked on this video because you saw USC band, and because you're in band you wanted to watch this video, which first of all, hello if you're in the Trojan Marching Band, but welcome to this video. If you're watching this video and don't actually personally know me, please let me know you've watched this video, because otherwise it'd be very weird for you to know me more than I know you. Second of all, fight on. You could be a person that was in your high school marching band, are super into marching band nerd stuff, and you want to join a college marching band program, which, first of all, let me just say, you should all come to USC and join the Trojan Marching Band. USA Today also voted us #1 marching band in the country over Ohio State, so please, 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 I love this university more than anything. I'm not just saying that as a tour guide, I'm saying that as a person. I love this school and everything it's done for me. Please consider USC if you're looking at a school that has a marching band. Third group of people that could be watching this video are people that have nothing to do with marching band whatsoever. You literally are just watching this video because you know that I am so infatuated with marching band and being a band nerd, in which case, welcome to all 3 camps of you. I think I have stuff in this video for all of you, and I hope I do some justice to the band program here. I am going to try to only speak about the USC Trojan Marching Band Spirit of Troy experience. I do not know for other college marching bands if they have similar traditions, if they have similar schedules, if they have similar commitments, but I will say that when I was looking at schools, pretty much all the schools I had come down to did have marching bands, just because I was looking at that big school spirit factor. So I could have ended up at Notre Dame, could have ended up at Berkeley, but all in all I chose USC, and I think our band is definitely the best. So if you're wondering how I got into the band, basically before you watch any part of this video, you do not have to even know how to read music to be in the marching band. You do not need to know how to play an instrument. You do not need to know how to read music. You don't have to have a good ear to be in marching band. The USC Marching Band wants everyone to join this experience. There are like over 300 of us, and I am in the trumpet section. My freshman trumpet class is like 11 or 12 people. If any of you are watching this, I love you all to death. There are like 12 of us. I am one of 4 people that had ever played the trumpet before, and I was definitely the one that had the most experience. I've been playing since 5th grade, and I had private lessons starting in like 8th grade, so I got really into music in high school. I dropped basketball so that I could do music stuff. I was in my high school wind ensemble, concert band sort of deal. I was in my big band jazz ensemble. I was in a symphony orchestra. I was doing private lessons for people. I was also in a quintet. I was doing anything musically possible. I did not have a marching band in high school. Our football team sucked ass, and I did not have marching band exposed to me. I'm not even sure if I would have joined marching band if I were in high school. Looking at my commitments to music, I probably would have joined the marching band just because I'm such a music nerd in that way. So I can't really tell you much about the transition from high school marching band to college marching band, just because that wasn't even an option for me. If you're looking at college marching bands, USC, you can join whether you're a musician or not. So keep that in mind. But my experience was that I had that much music experience. I came to the marching band. I heard about them as I was applying. Obviously, I knew I had a friend in the band, and he was so loyal to it. I heard about the band. I pretty much signed up to be in it in the spring, and you have to sign up to be in it before the summertime because band camp happens in August, the week before school starts. So we do move in early because of that. And that had to be set up and everything, and you had to make sure you were in a, if you were in a section yet or not, you had to get some things started. So definitely, if you're looking at schools right now, ask about the marching band program, ask about how to get in contact with it, because you will have to do that pretty early on. Also, you don't have to be a freshman to join the marching band. We accept everyone. We accept transfer students. I know people that like went here for a year and then joined as a sophomore. We accept graduate students. We have people in the band that like don't even go to USC. They just live in the area and just want to be in the band so much that they found a way in. Like, we are very inclusive despite having that kind of culty vibe to us, I guess. Yeah, so I came down for band camp. I brought a trumpet with me just because I didn't know what kind of ensembles I'll be doing here. So I brought I have a C trumpet and a B flat trumpet. If you're a trumpet player, hello, join the trumpet section for sure. We are the best. I brought my trumpet, but the USC Marching Band, we rent out instruments, and by renting, I mean it's free, you just gotta sign a contract. So we all have Yamaha equipment with us. Yamaha sponsors us, and I have a Yamaha Zeno trumpet, if that means anything to you. I play on a Bobby Shoe mouthpiece, if that means anything to you. But they give everyone an instrument for free, and you can use that for the season, and it's pretty much like you want to do that because we just, you never know what's going to happen with your instrument in the marching band. Like, you just straight up do not know. So I would highly recommend taking advantage of that. Uniforms, again, free. Overall, band is free. Band is completely free. Before I get into more stuff about band camp, literally, it's free, okay? You need to know that. You will make money, if anything, from band because we are hired to do a bunch of gigs. I'm going to talk about that later, but there's no price. If you're looking at sororities, those are thousands of dollars in dues. This is free, and it's amazing. Same with travel, free. But band camp, I came in, moved in early, and the first thing you do is you're carted right off. If you don't have an instrument to play yet, like you don't know what instrument you want to play because you've never done anything before, you get to go to a little kind of like exploration session where you just play a bunch of different instruments, and the section leaders of every section leaders are just the people that run every, students, seniors that kind of run every section, the trombones, the flutes, clarinets, saxophones, that kind of stuff, and they'll have you try out the instrument and you can decide what you want to be. I can tell you right now, all of you watching this should join the trumpet section. I'm not going to say any more than that, but obviously I'm a trumpet, so if you're watching this video and you want to meet me, join the trumpet section. But you just try that out. The rest of us, you kind of get situated, you go over marching band rules, etiquette, people play for you, get a good sense for it, and then you go to bed and hopefully you drink a ton of water because the next day you start marching band camp. And that is 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. You're going at it. You do not have time for anything. You literally don't have time to think about yourself. You are going at it. You're sweating so much. You need water. I almost passed out on the first day of band camp because I did not anticipate it. Just the hot, direct sunlight combined with you standing really, really straight and doing this, it's more physical than you would think. So I did not anticipate this being a physical thing. I hate exercise. The only reason I put up with the physical activity marching band is because it's band and I love band people and I love music. But it is more physical than you might anticipate, or less physical than you might anticipate if you're an actual athlete. You will need athletic shoes for it and athletic clothes, and you will need black shoes. So when I came to marching band camp, I brought black shoes and a trumpet. That's literally the only things you need besides water bottle, even a Camelback backpack you might need. So to start off band camp, that's what happens. You're out there every day learning how to march. I had never marched before. I didn't even really memorize music before, but they teach you all of that. They teach you all the commands, all the signaling, all the, 10 hut, 10 hut sort of stuff, how to pick your instrument up, how to hold your instrument, the little basic fundamentals. I promise you everything they teach you. It is stressful, it's intimidating, but you will pick up on it, and don't beat yourself up about it if you do not know what you're doing, because none of us knew what we were doing at all. We were sloppy. But that's when you kind of get your first taste at marching band humor. I can't speak for other bands. Other bands might be really stale during their practices, but we have a lot of fun. Whenever we, mess up a play or mess up anything, we run it back to the beginning and the drum line plays a little and everyone runs back to their places and you're yelling and you just kind of get into it, and the Trojan Marching Band's a lot of hip thrusting, pelvic thrusting, a lot of dance moves, a lot of yelling, just screaming, you'll build up your voice. You can hear me right now, I'm kind of weak. That's from tour guide stuff, that's different, but you might lose your voice a little bit during band camp, but just drink a lot of water. If you're watching this video because you want band camp advice, right here, this. Literally just chapstick, but my lips got sunburned during band camp. This is not a joke. I got a sunburn of the shape of a trumpet on my arm because you're holding it in this position and the shadow hits, so I was pale where the trumpet was. I literally still have a mark from that, where the tan was. I got really, really tan. Wear a ton of sunscreen. Protect your lips because not only are you playing a lot, but you're just out in the sun and you don't realize it. So yeah, you're out there all day. That is a week. And that is a week where you'll be consumed with marching band stuff, so you will not, people told me this, you really don't get to meet a lot of people you're going to be living with because they're all socializing and doing welcome week stuff while you're doing marching band stuff, but you get really close to your marching band companions. The trumpet section is about 40 people, sometimes up to 60. The entire band's 300 people. You're not going to meet 300 people, but you're going to get really close to at least your freshman instrument class, if not your entire instrument class. And you're doing cool events and you're doing welcome week stuff, and it's fun. Like, I promise you, you're not gonna miss out just because you didn't meet some random people and talk about what your major is. Like, you're gonna miss a little small talk, and you're gonna get to have some actual good bonding experience. So that's why I suggest that if you don't want to like, if you're scared about like missing out on like university stuff, like, do not worry about it, because like you will have your fair share of small talk later. So band camp lasted that entire week, and by the end of that week you get assigned into a squad. So I was squad 1, aka squad win, and that is 4 people, and that's who you're marching with. So that's who you go into formations with most of the time, and you're gonna have a squad leader. It's a junior or senior, and they know how to march, and they will tell you, you have a little sheet of all your coordinates of like where you're gonna be on the field. So 4 steps left of the 50-yard line, like you'll have every step of every 8 counts of the routine, the song, you'll have a position for that, and they'll guide you into that. And then if you do not know how to play and you say you chose a trumpet and you've never played before, which is the case for 8 other people in my section in my trumpet freshman class, you'll probably be a reserve. I'm not sure if other bands do this. USC does this. A reserve is just someone that usually you don't get placed into the routine because you're still learning how to play. So how can you learn to march and play at the same time? Too hard. They're saving you from it. So you eventually will get placed into the routine later in the season, but for now you're just practicing the general stuff. Yeah, so we were learning a routine, and we usually play about 2 to 3 charts for our halftime show, and then we play the same thing every pregame. Almost every pregame we played Star Spangled Banner, and then we also played, oh my god, I'm so bad at like song names, I like literally don't know. But we played different stuff, but generally it's very repetitive, so you'll get the hang of it eventually. Once you get into the regular season, you no longer have like just an entire day of marching band, obviously, because you have classes. So you do have to schedule your classes around marching band because it is pretty much mandatory. It's not a very big commitment in my eyes because I was just doing so much music in high school. I wouldn't say it's like more time than I spent doing music in high school, but you have the potential to do more. So Tuesday, Thursday, Friday are our practices, 2 hours each, 3:45 to 5:45, so you just schedule around that. You can like maybe cut into that a little bit. Like, I had tour guide training on Fridays, so I'd come late on Fridays for a little bit of the season, but that's generally it. And then your Saturdays are gone. Your Saturdays are completely gone. I'm out on the field by 6:34 every Saturday, and we get done with our morning practice by like 10 a.m. There are a lot of fun traditions on that day. I'm not going to go into like our traditions because if any people in marching band are watching this, and like I just don't know how much I can say. Like, honestly, I just don't know how much of it can say, and I don't know how much of it I can explain. So I'd say just join the marching band because you are missing out if you're not like. There were 18,000 people on this campus, and only 300 of us are like living it right, basically. We are doing stuff that no one else gets to do. Yeah, so a lot of traditions on that Saturday morning. We're done by like 10 a.m. and then you have a couple hours before you have to get into your uniform, which uniforms are provided to you. We have the best uniform out of all because we do have a nice shiny gold helmet with a plume on it. We have capes. Our uniforms are great. People love to take pictures with you. Little kids run up to you and ask to take pictures with you. Everyone walking out of my dorm building on game days is crazy because everyone's just like, oh my god, because you have sunglasses on. You are blind to the haters. You are our campus royalty. That is something I have not mentioned yet. In high school, you might be seen as a nerd to be in marching band because you have a sucky football team and it doesn't make any sense. In college, you are God when you're in marching band. You are a nerd, but in this case, nerd is colloquially, there we go, a positive thing. I love being a nerd. We all call each other nerds. I think I might have started that within the trumpet section. Shout out to you, Nora, if you're watching this. But being a nerd, a band nerd in college is great. People always ask me about it. They think this is the coolest thing ever. They think I'm crazy for being in it. And they know that we are like the most fun people on campus with like the best sense of humor. If you have a good sense of humor, join the marching band. If you want to be around people that make you laugh, like, I cannot stress more, like, just join the marching band because they are my people. I still don't understand how some of these people are so funny. Like, I would not have met them without the marching band. They're not the type of people I think I would meet. Also, the marching band's really diverse. Anyway, in any case, you have a couple hours, you get into your uniform, it's really burning hot, you have to deal with it. You are standing for like 7 hours from there out because, you go into sectionals, you warm up together, and then we start on campus. We march down in rows of 4, and that's really fun. as we're going through campus, the drumline plays a cadence, and we have a lot of like hand motions and like saying things and like stuff you wouldn't know unless you're in the marching band. We do, which is really, really fun. So we'll march through campus, play for alumni, play for students, and then we walk out of the campus and over to the LA Memorial Coliseum. That's where we play our football games. Like 100,000 people are out there every game day sweating with us. We're sweating more than them, but people are still sweating with us. And you're standing there, maybe maximum like 2 bottles of water are drinking during that day, and you just try to drink as much as possible without peeing yourself, because you can go to the bathroom, but it's kind of shameful to go to the bathroom. Like usually the clarinets will go to the bathroom because they like have no pride. But you do not go to the bathroom. So you're standing for 7 hours, you're sweating for 7 hours, you're passing out all this water, and it's a little rough. You probably will get sunburned. I went sunburned this entire right side of my face because the sun was on that side of me. It was awful. But you're playing, you do pre-game show, which is before the game starts, and then you do a halftime show. Yeah, it's pretty much a different show every single time. And so those are our Saturdays, and you're usually done latest by like 10 p.m. And then we always go eat as a section together afterwards because you haven't eaten for like 7 hours. It's demanding and exhausting, and I love it. Like I love game days. I cannot stress you enough. I go psycho. My voice is lost because I'm screaming so much. We are the best spirit section on campus, the largest spirit organization. So if you have spirit, if you have sense of humor, if you love music, this is your place. Beyond game days, we play at a lot of other sports events. And then I said we get paid for gigs. That is true. It's only true if you are drumline, trumpet, trombone, tuba, horn, I think. Like just the brass, basically. So sorry saxophones, sorry woodwinds, you do not get to get paid, but we get hired for a lot of weddings of Trojans that want the marching band to play. We get hired for a lot of really cool events. Playing a lot of conventions. I went to NAMM, which if you don't know, NAMM, very prestigious music convention. Not many people get to go into, but I did because we got invited to play there. I've played with Jason Derulo. That was during a halftime game. We've had artists want to record with us. We're known as Hollywood's band because we play at the Hollywood Bowl every year. We are in dozens and dozens of movies. We were in Glee, we were in Forrest Gump. We are everywhere. We are everywhere. So basically, you get paid for all of those events. And then also, I just want to add, beyond game day, you do those sports events, you do those gigs. Also, we travel to every game. Not the entire band will travel, but at least a 10-piece. So at least 10 people will go to every game. We haven't missed a game away or home since like 1972 or 1976 or something like that. I should know that as a tour guide, but I don't. I will look that up after this video. So those trips are free. So we go to Stanford or Cal every year, completely free, hotels paid for, travels paid for. Same with when we fly out to Notre Dame. If we played any bowl games, we played in the Hollywood Bowl, Holiday Bowl. We got to perform in Disneyland after that. I didn't get to go to that because I was with my family, but we just do a lot of cool stuff like that. So there's stuff outside of band. And then during the springtime, I am in concert band and basketball band, which you play the basketball games, and then concert band is you have an actual performance at the end of the year and you play more charts like movie scores, that kind of stuff. I'll talk a little bit about the sections now. So I'm in the trumpet section. You can be saxophone, flute, clarinet, trombone, don't be a trombone, horn, tuba, you can be a silk, which is like, I don't even know what these are really called, but like the people that have like the girls that have the flags basically. Do not be a silk unless you really, really want to, but that's okay. Being in the band is cooler. Drumline's a thing. Drumline's a little more competitive, so definitely you have to be there a couple days early for band, and you do have to have percussion experience to be in Drumline. I will say that. They're amazing and I respect them, and they get to do cool things. Like they got flown out to frickin' Shanghai last year for free, so I'm really jealous of them. Yeah, and then within the sections, like I said, you can be a squad leader once you're a junior or senior, and then you can get voted to be section leader, which controls basically all of the emails you get. Like they tell you all the updates, like they rally you, they organize you. So that's 2 things you can do within leadership of the band. And then also we have a drum major. He's the one that stabs the field. He gets to wear all the cool armor. And you give that's a tryout process in the spring. That's pretty competitive. So. If you really want to do that, you have to be in the band first. Just in general, like the sections are really, really close. There are rivalries between the sections, like trumpets and trombones have a rivalry, and generally, like, no one likes the trumpets because we're too good. And then, like, the woodwinds, no one cares about the woodwinds because you just can't hear them. Like, even my mom knows nothing about the music, and she's like, why do you have clarinets in your band? You literally can't even hear what they're, like, you can't even hear them. So there definitely are, like, little personalities within the sections. And personally, like, I'm going to live with a bunch of other trumpets next year. We're going to live in a house that we found off campus, and we're calling it Trumpent House. There has been Trumpartment before, there's been Trump House, and then a lot, like, the Bones all have a house. Like, band culture pervades just like band. Like, we get together outside of band. We have movie nights all the time. We'll, like, go out to the beach together. It's a really, really close community. It's such a family. If it's a cult, I love cults. I will say that. You can just, like, super be yourself with band. Like, literally, I thought I was gonna be the weirdest person, and I'm not, and it's kind of disappointing. You can also work through the band. We have a band office, so you can get hired through there and make money if you're looking into that. I have talked so much about band. I can't imagine anything else to say. It's my life, so I kind of forget what it's like to not know about marching band. But if I didn't cover something you're really curious about, I will do my best to answer that down below. Please ask me anything you could possibly want. Otherwise, subscribe to see more of my videos, and Cather out.